Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I want to show you how you can solve this, okay, even more pointers, arrays, and strings. So guys, if this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome to Code Planet. And right here we believe that when we code together we grow together. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I love you guys are really amazing. And at this point, let's go straight into the business of the day. Now, first things first, make sure you go through the resources made available to you. I always advise this because you have to read to understand. And then we go straight down to where you see the general requirements. Okay. Now, this is the general requirements which you are going to work with. You're going to use your editor, VI or Emacs. You're going to apply your GCC, and then there is going to be your README file and also Betty style. Okay, and then you're going to create your Pucha. You're going to create your Pucha file, and then you are to create your main.c files as well. And lastly, you are to create your main.h files. Okay, so once you're done with that, you can now come and solve your quiz. So at this point, your quiz, just in case if you're having difficulty completing it, let me just show you so you can correct yourself and make progress. Yeah, question 1, question 2, question 0, question 1, question 2. Okay, question 3, question 4, question 5, question 6, question 7, question 8, okay, that's the last one. Now just correct yourselves and let's proceed to the task of the day. Sorry. So right here we have the first one which says memset. Okay, now the prototype is here. Remember how you did the other one. Going forward, you're going to be working with more of prototypes and your main.h. It's going to change from main.h. It's going to become something else, and something else just keeps going. But it all means that you have to create a place for the prototypes. Okay, now first thing is you go down here. Okay, at this point you take note of the repo instruction. So at this point you have to move to this repository, which I have done by using my cd, okay, into this. And now the next thing to do is you have to create this directory. So I now use my mkdir. So that's what you're going to do. This is called make directory. So mkdir, then you impute this and then you hit enter. When I do that, it will tell me that the file already exists because I already have it. So once you're done creating, the next thing you do is you do your cd sorry, you do your cd, okay, and then type in the directory name. And now we have moved from the repository into the directory. So how do you know where you are? You just do your pwd and it's going to tell you where you are. Okay, so at this point now, let me clear this out. So here, the first thing we need to do, remember in every project you have to create the readme file. So readme file is where you explain everything about the project. So you just do your vi space and you just type readme. It has to be exactly like this .md, and then you hit enter. Now it contains all the files. So to type yours or paste it, you just hit your I, which is the insert. To activate the insert mode, you paste and then use your escape, shift, colon, and then you type WQ, which is write and quit. So at that point, you have successfully created your README file. So what's the next thing you do? You have to create your Pucha file, okay? After your Pucha, you now create your main.h. After you're done creating these 3 files, you now proceed with every other file. So at this point, you do your vi space put underscore pucha dot c, and then dot c. What am I typing? Dot c. Okay, so at this point you can see what it looks like. This is exactly what you're going to input for your pucha. Okay, now you just either copy this or type it in yourself, whichever one you're doing, but make sure you activate your insert, and when you're done you hit your escape, do your shift colon, and then you type in wq, which is write and quit, and you have successfully created this pucha file. Now the third file to create is your main.h file, where you're going to input all the prototypes. This is a prototype to solve that task. This is a prototype to solve the next task, which is memcpy. Okay, so at this point you just do your vi space main.h, and then you hit enter. So you can copy this and paste it into your main.h file, and then when you are done you do your escape and then shift colon wq, which is write and quit. Now you have successfully created your main.h file. So you have created your readme, pucha, and main.h file. So what do you do at this point to push these three files so they get out of your way? You just do your git add space dot, okay, hit your enter. Then next you do your git commit space dash m space quotation. So you input something here, you can just say updates, and then you hit enter. So the last thing you do is you do your git push, and then you hit enter. So you have successfully pushed these three files to your GitHub account. Now what do you do next? This is where we start creating our files as instructed. Okay, now this is the first file to be created. Now for every file you create, once you are done creating this file, and then you do the git add, git commit, and then git push, you need to come and create the main.c file. It is compulsory at this point. You must create this because this code is the final stuff you need to push. Okay, once you're done with this, okay, don't worry, let's take it one step at a time. Now the first thing to do is to create this file. Okay, so I'm just going to do the first two or the first three, and then you do the rest. So you just do your vi space 0-memset.c. You hit enter. So this is the script you're to input for this particular file. Okay, always remember to go through here so you understand what the script is all about. And then once you're done creating this, remember, once you come in here, you activate your insert mode and then type or paste this. Look through the code to understand it. Okay, now once you're done, you hit your escape, do your shift colon, and then wq, which is write and quit. Once you're done with that, don't forget to run your Betty to understand or to confirm that the instruction you gave in the Betty style section is okay, and Betty says it's good to go. Okay, if there's an error, you see an error pop out, but if it's good to go, it comes out for you to continue with what you're doing. So at this point now, you can do your git add space dot, hit your enter, then do your git commit space dash m space, you give your quotation. Okay, you can just at this point now, you can copy this for each of the tasks. You can copy the name and just paste it in here or type it in yourself. This same thing here. Okay, you can just type it in here and then you hit your enter, just like this. Okay, and then you hit your enter. So the last thing you do is you now do your git push to push it to your GitHub, and then you hit enter. Once you're done with this file, which is this file, take note. Yeah, the next thing to do is you must create the main.c file attached to that particular file. So you copy this, and then you do your vi space 0-main.c, and then you hit enter. So this is, at this point now, to create this, all you just have to do is activate your insert mode here, and then you copy this file, the code they gave you, from here down to this point. Now this is the code you need for this 0-main.c. You have to copy it completely up until this point. You stop the moment you see this GCC instruction, which activates it. Okay, so at this point you just copy, come here and paste. Once you're done pasting, you do your escape shift:WQ, which is to write and quit. Now that you've done that, the next thing you need to do at this point is to copy this code. Okay, copy this, paste it here, and then hit enter. You are done completely with this first task. So once you're done, you now do your git add, git commit, and then git push to complete it, and then you come and run your check code, and trust me, it's going to be all green. So let me do this second one as well, and possibly the third one if time would permit. So right now, the next thing to do is, let me just give a quick rundown. Now, the first thing to do is go to your resources, go through the resources, and then go to the repo. Now, the repo is this. This is your repository. Okay. Once you're done here, that's you use your CD into this repository. The next thing to do is to create the new directory as instructed. This is the new directory you would be working inside. Now, once you're done creating this using your mkdir, using mkdir, then directory name is what is going to be here. dir name. Okay, directory name. Now, the next thing to do is you use cd and go into the directory, which is cd space the directory name, and this is the directory name, and you are inside. The next thing to do after that is to create your readme file. After creating your readme file, you create the pucha file. After creating the pucha file, you now create your main.h. Once you're done creating these first three files, you can now do your git add space dot, do your git commit space -m space, sorry, then you can just say update, hit your enter, and then the next thing to do is to do your git push. To push it to your GitHub. Okay, now once you're done doing all these steps, the next thing to do is to start creating these directories, these files, sorry. You now start creating these files one at a time. Now, so when you create the first file, don't worry about this, take this out. Okay. Start creating all the task files. These are the task files. Once you're done creating it, once you're done creating that, the next thing to do is you do your git add, git commit, and then you do your git push. Okay, take note of the steps. Now, once you're done creating this file, remember how we did it, you run your Betty. After creating each task file, run Betty on the file. Example, Betty space 0 dash memset dot c. So that's how you run Betty. Just type Betty and then the file name. So once you're done and Betty says it's good to go, the next thing to do is you do git add, git commit, and then git push. Once you're done with that, you have to now create the main.c file for each task, just as you have this one now attached to that mem set. So you have to create this file, the main.c file, copy and paste the script given into the main.c file. After you're done doing this, the next thing to do is come down here and copy the GCC code to run your check, your final check. So copy and paste the. Now remember, after you copy and paste the script given into the main.c files, the next thing to do is you use your save. You have to save it, which you already know how to do. Escape, save using, first of all, you click on your escape to exit insert mode, then do your shift colon and then WQ to save. I think you already know how to do that part, so no need. Now once you're done and you're out of that place and you come back to this particular part, your sandbox or your git bash or your local, the next thing to do is you just copy and paste the GCC code given below the main.c script. So what I mean GCC code, now this is the main.c file, okay? And then this is the script given to you, which you're going to paste inside that main 0-main.c file after creating it. You end it here. Make sure you end it at this closing bracket before the GCC code. Now this is the GCC code you copy and then you come and paste and hit enter. The moment you hit enter, let me show you what it's going to do. It's going to create an executable file for each and every file you have solved. Okay, so at this point, you can see right here that every file name that you see that ends, most of the file names you see that ends with that ends with .c has a second one which is green in color. Now what made this green is this GCC that activated the executable file for it. Okay, now let's go to the next one. I believe after the second explanation you should understand this. So we are done with this. You now do your git add. After running your GCC code, then you do your git add, git commit, and then git push. Okay, then go back to the page to run your check code. Now let's do the second one so you can understand it better. At this point now, all you just need to do is, this is another one. Okay, this is memcpy. The first one was memset. Now we're talking about memcpy. Okay, so you just come here, do your vi space memcpy .c and you hit enter. Did I get that? No, it's not supposed to be blank. Quit this. What did I type? Okay, it's supposed to be one dash. Okay, so I missed that. So all I just have to do is come back here, go up, and then add this to it. One dash. Now you click on I to activate your insert mode, and then you input this. Now for starters, this is your header file. This is your Betty. So whenever you run Betty, this is what you are confirming, and then this is your prototype, and then this is your instruction or your script inside. Okay, so at this point, once you're done, either you copy and paste and then look through, and then you hit escape, shift : WQ, and then hit enter. You have successfully created this file. What do you do next? You run your Betty. How do you run your Betty? You just type Betty space one dash memcpy .c, and then you hit enter. So Betty would check and tell you, fine, you can proceed. You can see that. So at this point now, what do you do? Remember the steps. Now that you've run your Betty on it, the next thing to do is you do your git add space dot, then do your git commit, and then you do your git push to push it to your GitHub. Once you're done doing that, what do you do next? You have to create the main.c file for this particular task called memcpy. So you just go back up here and you copy this, do your vi space one dash main.c. Okay, it's like this. .c, hit your enter. Now this is the code. What do? You just come here, copy this from here straight down till you get to this point. Now you must always stop before the part where you see this GCC instruction or test code. So you just come here to your editor, paste it, and then use your escape, shift : WQ to exit, save and quit. Now you have successfully created your one-main.c file. What do you do next? You just come here, copy this. Remember, it's in the instruction. Once you're done creating your main.c file, copy and paste the script given into the main.c file, which we have done. And then the next thing to do is copy and paste the GCC code given below the main.c script. Now this is the GCC code given below the main.c script, and then once you paste that, you hit enter. And what do you do next? You do your git add space dot, git commit, and then git push. Now that's how you do this and get it done. Okay, so I believe with this you can now do, the moment you do this, you run this code, the GCC code, it's going to convert that mem copy that we just created, and then it's going to create an executable file for it. So that's how you get it done. Let me see how long this takes. 24 minutes. So that's how you do it. And for the benefit of those who still do not understand, I'm going to talk about the third one, but I'm not going to go really deep typing them out because of time. Okay, now the next one is strchr. Okay, now chr, what do you do? First of all, you read this. Okay, now Next thing you do is you type this out. So you just type your VI and then you type this exactly as it is over here. Let me show you first. So you can see I already have that. Now this is it here. Okay. So once you do that, the next thing to do is you take the code and then paste it inside. And once you're done, you exit and then run your Betty on this. All you just have to do is once you can follow these steps just as I have done, every other step, every other task you need to create goes with this process. Okay, once you're done creating your readme file, your pucha file, and your main.h file, every other task you are solving, task 2, task 3, task 4, they all go in line with these processes I placed here for you. Once you create the task, you run Betty, you do your git add, git commit, and git push. You are done creating that particular file, which is this one. Yeah. Now, what do you do next? You create main.c for each file, each task. Now, the main.c for this task is located up here. So you just copy this, do your VI, paste it, and hit enter, and then it's going to open up your editor. You copy this from here down to this point. It must end below this code. Once you're done, you save using your escape, shift, colon, and then WQ. Once you're done doing that, you now copy and paste this GCC code because that's the next line of instruction. Copy the GCC to run it, which is this. You copy this up until this point, paste it, hit enter, and then it's going to create this executable file for this particular file we created, and you're done. So you repeat that for each and every task, and congratulations, all your scores are going to be green, 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 green. So guys, if this video actually helped you solve this task, remember, we code together, we grow together. This is Code Planet. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show me some love, and also activate the notification bell so as to stay updated when I upload more. I love you guys. That's why I'm doing this. So please subscribe to support me, to motivate me to do more. So until my next video, guys, stay safe and keep practicing. I love you guys. Bye.